we are preparing to welcome the Christ child, knowing the story. The gospel reading this morning, Jesus is telling his disciples that only God knows what will unfold, and that they must be ready. The Son of Man is coming at an unexpected hour. Before Noah steps into the ark, people were eating, drinking, and merrymaking, not knowing that the flood would sweep them away. 2 were in the field, 1 was taken, 1 was left. 2 women were grinding meal, 1 was taken in the waters, 1 was left. And the owner of the house did not know that as he slept, a thief would come and steal from him. If he knew when the thief was coming, he could have stayed up. He could have stayed awake and not let his house be broken into. So, what does this mean? Be ready. Does it mean be vigilant? Does it mean scanning the landscape for safety, the activities of other people, so that we can be safe? How does that feel? I know that feeling. Well, you might wonder why I'm up here this morning. I'll tell you. A couple of Mondays ago, Father Daniel and I were catching up after the full moon walk and before the Simply Meditation meeting began. And I told him about an incident that Leslie and I had experienced the day before while driving back from Carmel. When I finished my story, he got that look on his face that you're probably coming to recognize, which is an easy smile and a quick invitation to something larger. And he said, "You'll preach this on the first Sunday of Advent." I went, okay. You're beginning to recognize that, right? So I'll tell you the story that I told Father Daniel. Well, we had just broken free from an hour and plus on gridlock on 101, just below Gilroy. I was in the left lane flying along, and I saw just ahead a couple of cars that had pulled into the center divide, center median there. And there was an SUV on its roof with the wheels spinning. "Should I stop?" I said. "Yes," Leslie said, "I have to. When you're in position, you're always on duty." So Leslie got out and walked towards the car. I grabbed the first aid box and followed. The truck was crumpled and the doors wouldn't open. 3 men were first on the scene and they began to force the door open. The top of it was stuck in the ground. With all their might, they scraped that door open. The driver was in the fetal position, facing the back of the passenger seat. You could see his bottom and his toes facing the door. The 3 men, without talking, carefully reached in and felt all around the man's position. They began turning him and freeing him from the seatbelt and from the crushed interior of the car. Slowly and with great care, they eased his body free and laid him on the ground. Leslie examined him, and he was able to tell her where he was hurting. I knelt by his side. These men continued to search the car to see if anyone else was inside. Luckily, there was not. One man handed me a cracked phone he found in the car. "Is there someone I can call for you?" "Yes," said the man, "my wife, Fatima." So after a couple of attempts to get into the phone, I heard a woman's voice say hello. I told her that Sam had had an accident, that he was okay, and that people were with him and helping him, but it looks like his shoulder might be hurt. Help was coming. She should stay by her phone so that they could tell her when the ambulance took him. She thanked me very much, and I handed the phone to Sam, And he took it and spoke for a while in their language, smiling. He handed the phone back to me and put it in his pocket. We spoke while Leslie tended to his body. He was shocky, pale, sweaty. He seemed stable. His shoulder was kind of bulged forward, and Leslie told me later that she gave it a gentle push and it seemed to pop back. Well, he didn't wince anymore after that, so who knows? Oh, she is a shoulder surgeon, by the way. Oh, that's cool. So the men continued to check his car and direct the emergency vehicles to him as they began arriving. One bystander explained what she saw to the police who were there and explained that his back rear tire blew and his car flipped 3 times and landed in the center. The 3 strong men who had forced the door literally burst him from the contracted car. With great skill and tenderness. Just a birthing. Les explained her findings to the EMTs with pulse and breath and possible injuries. And I just sat with him, talking and listening. God bless you, he said. God bless you all. A kiss on his head, and we were walking back to the car. All of this happened without talking. No one made a plan. No one took over. No one was offering suggestions about what to do. Each of us was ready. How did that happen so seamlessly? What if we knew this was going to happen for a whole week? Would it have been better? Would we have been more prepared? Would have been smoother? And what came to mind as I was so graciously invited to talk about this was the passage of being knitted in our mother's womb, uniquely, all of us, and being known even before we were knitted in our mother's womb. That passage about waking to being created and loved by God, who longs to be known through each of us as you, doing you, giving exactly what you have to give every moment of your life. Could that be the wakefulness that we're asked to be ready? By honoring the commitments that have shaped your life, to be a doctor, I don't know who these other people were, but they were clearly able-bodied men of action to help. A steady coming observer to translate important information. A friend, awake to give what is ours to give, what is already there. Getting back in the car, we were quite awake. Immediately talked about the goodness in people. Grateful to be part of a society that creates cars with safety features, cell phones, a structure of agencies to respond in emergency. Mostly it's the inherent goodness in each person. Was Father Daniel's smile coming from recognizing something in my story that had to do with today? Oh. But I do know that when we are awake, we are available to respond as ourselves. No one else. Freely, without hesitation, no more, no less than who we are in the moment. We don't know what's going to happen. Seems like the ready Jesus is talking about with his disciples this morning is activating that grace of what it is we have already been given. The Advent practice may just be to drop deeply into this grace. A greater gift to give the baby Jesus, God's own Son, fragile human form to awaken.